Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. In the face of adversity, remember that diamonds are made under pressure. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching. Do not let the shadows of your past darken the doorstep of your future. Do not postpone joy for the sake of the future. The morrow is promised to no one. The first step to getting anywhere is deciding you're not willing to stay where you are. You are right about all the things you think you need to do. Don't wait. Get started. If something bothers you, change it. If it is beyond your control, learn to live with it. Accept it. Change yourself. That is the only thing you can influence. When you get up in the morning, remember what you promised yourself at night. The world will not treat you better just because you're a good person. Chasing the opposite sex and having temporary relationships, which means nothing but sex, is pointless. What people say when they are angry aren't things they mean. They regret it often. Forgive angry people. It's okay. They are only human. You spend your first 20 years worrying about what people think about you. You spend your next 20 years swearing that you don't care what people think about you. You spend the next 20 years realizing that they aren't thinking about you. To have what you never had, you'll have to do what you never did. People will say almost anything when they're happy. Be wise and careful of this one. The more people let you down, the easier you'll get back up and realize that life doesn't stop for anyone. You can't litter negativity everywhere and wonder why you have a trashy life. Not everyone will make it to your future. Some people are passing through to teach you life lessons. Your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. Don't let success go to your head. Don't let failure go to your heart. The best way to respect yourself is to discipline yourself. When you are angry, stay silent. You have 3 choices in life. You can watch things happen, make things happen, or wonder what the hell happened. Stay strong. Even when things begin to fall apart, stay strong. If you are a giver, remember to learn your limits because the takers don't have any. Accept criticism, but never accept disrespect. Never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. The more you are interested in others, the more interesting they find you. To be interesting, be interested. If you are not falling down occasionally, you are just coasting. You're being judged no matter what. So be who you want to be. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. No regrets, just lessons. No worries, just acceptance. No expectations, just gratitude. Life is too short. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poison. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. If you waste money, you can earn it again. If you miss the moment, it can never be returned. Life isn't fair, and sometimes good deeds aren't rewarded and bad deeds aren't punished. Things work out when you least expect them. Life has a funny way of surprising us when we're not looking for it. Don't compare yourself to others because no one can play your role better than you. No work is beneath you. The only thing that should be beneath you is your big ego. Work hard in silence and show your skills at the job you get rather than criticizing the job. The ego is not a bad thing, and sometimes we need it in order to achieve our aims and feel vitality. However, the ego is just a tool. We shouldn't let it control us. There will always be someone who is better than you in something. You have to accept that fact and learn from them. That's something that will help you grow. Success is a loner's journey. You must learn to accept loss and make compromises. Putting off until tomorrow is your weakness. You can't always have a good day, but you can always face a bad day with a good attitude. The trail never comes from your enemies. The hardest part is at the beginning of the journey. The rocket loses 90% of its fuel during takeoff. A moment of patience in a moment of anger saves from 1,000 minutes of regret. People change, love hurts, friends leave, things go wrong. But remember that life goes on. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Be a good person, but don't waste your time proving it. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Even the nicest people have their limits. Never tell your friends your plans. Stop putting too much trust in them. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. If you want to be trusted, be honest. The only person that cares about your hopes and dreams is you. The only person that is going to make them happen is you. Your direction is more important than your speed. Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. You'll learn nothing from life if you think you're right all the time. Stay patient. The best things happen unexpectedly. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. Don't make a permanent decision based on temporary emotions. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. As long as you are alive, no obstacle is permanent. Life is a one-time offer. Use it well. Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. One day or day one, you decide. Spend time with the elderly. Their wisdom and experiences are invaluable. Small circle, private life, and peaceful mind. Even the smallest lie can break the biggest trust. Be kind and generous without expecting anything in return. Embrace solitude as a time for reflection and self-discovery. Sometimes we create our own heartbreaks through expectation. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes mean you're trying. Use things, not people. Love people, not things. Not everyone you trust will be trustworthy. Don't be afraid to express vulnerability. It shows strength. Learn to handle rejection gracefully. It's a part of life. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. First, it hurts. Then it makes you stronger. Normalize walking some paths alone, because goals are personal. It is good to be generous, benign, and magnanimous, but there's a limit, or you'll be taken for granted. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. Things won't happen in a certain way just because you want them to happen that way. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Before you are old, attend as many funerals as you can bear and listen. Nobody talks about the departed's achievements. The only thing people will remember is what kind of person you were while you were achieving. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. Many of the people you told your secret to have already told it to others. There is nothing more important to true growth then realizing that you are not the voice of the mind. You are the one who hears it. People only want to hear the good, not the bad. So, if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Don't react in anger immediately. Wait for it to subside. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. No matter how hard you work, you can't have everything you want. Eventually, most of us end up settling in some part of our life. Owning your truth can be hard, but not nearly as hard as spending your life running away from it.